I don't know about you, Trenton, but I have received lots of messages via Instagram, Facebook about Traveler whiskey. This is like the new thing right now, for sure. I've got lots of messages, and of course, one of the last ones to receive anything when it comes to new releases. So I'm sure this isn't any different. Does Harry even have this, or did you get this somewhere else?
So Rodney Burns sent me this.
Oh, thank you,
because he was able to get one. So thank
Appreciate
you, Rodney.
it, buddy.
I accidentally left this outside.
Yeah,
and you can tell there's a bit of a permafrost layer on the outside. I'll put up some. I took a video because it was like there was ice that thick on the box. I took a video of me melting it and a couple other things. We're getting there. It was pretty thick.
We are in a kitchen. We do have knives.
Turn that off, huh? I didn't do what I needed it to. Wow. And here we go. We'll see how this is in a few minutes.
I was really, all Trenton said to me is, hey, I got the video covered. So don't worry about it. When we go record, I got Monday's video covered. Okay. No problem.
Wednesday.
So because I've gotten so many messages, I really want to check out the bottle, but I can't see anything because there's like frost all over the bottle.
Well, I mean, there's not a whole lot of like fancy packaging and stuff. This one's like $39.99. I've heard that these are trading for like Weller antique level, like $100. And I don't get it. Harry had a couple cases.
No.
And they sold out pretty quick, but I don't necessarily think that it would trade for Weller antique. I don't know. We haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, we haven't tried it, so I guess I should keep my comments. I was just going to say no right off the bat because, I've also seen, Trent, where people have been getting those for like in the $26 to $30 range.
This?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's what I thought. Some people have said. So I just would have to assume, and it's not a bourbon, it's a whiskey. I will tell you this, when Trenton said that he had this here today, I just did a quick surf, on my phone, and I did see that it does not contain any neutral grain spirits.
Okay,
so at least it's whiskey in there. And that happens. If something's labeled a whiskey, be careful, because do a little bit of research. Some of those contain, neutral grain spirits, even a little bit of vodka or something in there. Filler per se. But this is whiskey. It at least doesn't have that. So I will say that. But I really couldn't get any more details other than that. I don't know what it was aged in, how long. I don't know anything about it. But, it does come from Buffalo Trace, and anything Buffalo Trace, Trent, is like, oh, right?
Well, it's interesting because on the back it says it's proudly blended and bottled by Buffalo Trace Distillery. It doesn't say that it was distilled by Buffalo Trace, and it is a blend. There's no information about the juice that was blended in it, where it came from, the age of any of that stuff.
All right.
And it is a whiskey, so I don't know if they're adding flavoring to it.
I wouldn't think so from what I read, but they might be adding certain whiskeys from other locations other than Buffalo Trace. And I don't know, though. I really don't.
And this was Harlan Wheatley, who is or was, I'll have to double check that, the master distiller at Buffalo Trace.
Yeah.
And Chris Stapleton. And I didn't know who Chris Stapleton was. But what I like is that, you hear a lot of celebrities and stuff coming out with tequilas and wines and whiskeys and stuff now.
Very true.
I'm glad that the price point is what it is for something like this, blended. It's not, it's not Chris Stapleton and Harlan saying, we have this experience, I'm a country singer, this, that, or the other, and we're going to charge you $99 for it.
Yeah, and I was just going to say the same thing.
So
for
like
$30 to $40,
Yeah.
Let's see what it's all about,
Yeah.
right?
So what I did, I didn't pour this freezing liquid directly into a glass. I emptied it into one of these little Agent North sent us these little traveler kit things.
That's nice.
So I took a blow dryer and I aimed it at the highest setting at the glass for I don't know, 5 minutes, and it seemed to do the trick. So
All right. Well,
I don't
still
know.
a little chilly in my hand, but we'll see.
It's not
It'll be
room
fun.
temp for sure. What we're gonna do also is, because I've heard this compared to a lot of other bourbons and stuff.
Okay.
We are going to taste this side by side with regular Buffalo Trace.
All right.
And I heard a lot of people compare it to Benchmark, so I grabbed the Benchmark number 8.
Yeah, that's $10-12.
And I actually kind of like this bottle.
Yeah,
It's
so
pretty good.
hopefully,
Yeah.
it'll be something a little bit better than that. All right, buddy.
That's pleasant.
Yeah, it's like almost buttered popcorn.
And a little peach.
Yeah, just a tiny little bit of fruit. No, a little bit of buttered popcorn, a very light caramel. Yeah, on the nose, it's really not bad.
It's not complex. It's not
No.
like a viscous nose.
But Trenton, let's be honest. Throw up a bottle here that's $35 that is complex, and
True.
Yeah,
and the
that's
price
all.
point, and it's
Yeah,
blended, so
sure. Sure,
I would love to see a little bit more transparency of the blend and the age statement and stuff.
100%.
I get being Buffalo Trace, there's probably non-disclosure agreements and all this stuff that has to happen in order
Sure.
to do something of this caliber. But
Yeah, but I mean, it's light on the aromas, but a little bit sweet and pleasing.
kind of summery,
Yeah,
fieldy.
yeah, I'm good with it so far.
Interesting.
It is.
It's sweet,
Mm-hmm.
but like Buffalo Trace kind of sweet. It's not quite at that level.
Mm-hmm.
It also doesn't have a whole lot of complex flavors going
Mm-hmm.
on. The main theme that I get is sweetness.
I will say this. What I assumed I was getting from the aromas follow suit almost exactly on
Yeah.
the palate. Like Trenton said, sweetness, light caramel, like a light, maybe a real light nuttiness of some sort, but very light. You know what this is, Trenton? This would be something that would be your mom should try. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I mean, for an introductory bottle, for somebody who has never sipped on a bourbon,
Yeah.
neat. This isn't a bad way to start. It's really not. It's
you're-
not bad by
No.
any stretch. Is it fantastic? No. Let's consider the price point again, $30 to $40, whatever it is going to be in your area. But I mean, it's not half bad at all. It's just not. It's not rich. It's not. I think the viscosity is not bad. I don't
It's
think
not.
it's thin. I'm not going to say it's viscous. Don't get me wrong, but it's not thin. It's just a little light on the flavor palette. Just a little bit light.
But when you're getting something that's blended and also something
Mm-hmm.
that's 90 proof, I wouldn't expect there to be a whole lot going on in terms of like in-depth anything. This is a great beginner bottle.
Yeah.
I don't know of the availability at this point. I think you put Buffalo Trace on a pair of underwear and it would sell out and be allocated. I mean,
I'll
really.
put Buffalo Trace on. Buffalo Trace boxers.
For real.
Right? Be the hottest Christmas gift ever next.
I think they actually sell those.
Wouldn't be surprised.
A little collab with Hanes. Anyways,
If they did, I'm gonna buy a set for my friend over to Drinking Buddy.
oh, you should. If they do that, you should.
Yeah, because he's definitely one of those.
It's good though. I'm not mad about it. Would I buy it again? It's a little too sweet for me, but I think for a beginner, and I was trying to appeal to somebody that's a beginner or really likes sweet stuff, honestly, I would recommend this or buy this as a gift for them. $40.
I will say this. It's not the greatest thing I've ever tasted. However, it is better than what I expected. Better than what I expected. Because it's not a bourbon. It's a whiskey. So, it's really, really pretty decent. Pretty decent.
I don't have much bad to say about it for the price point and what it is.
I don't either. All right, let's try some of this other stuff with it. Where do you want to go next? What do you got here? We got glasses behind the bar top. Trenton poured. What's in B?
I put B for Buffalo Trace. I went with the theme because I would have probably forgotten by the time we got there.
Just like his mother.
So we can do that, or well, I didn't think of benchmark. Shows you how much I think about stuff. So we can do Buffalo Trace, and
Yeah,
then we
let's
can do
do
benchmark.
that. Let's do some Buffalo Trace.
Yeah, I mean that's just
straight up your
That's
business
Buffalo
right
Trace.
there. What is
Yeah.
that? What would you say, Trent? That's like
that's cotton candy, like great.
I was
cotton
just
candy.
gonna say cotton candy. I swear, I wish you'd have let me get that out of my mouth. I swear to you, I was just ready because I'm trying to feel Trenton's vibes when it comes to Buffalo Trace, and he's always got candy type notes, especially for the aromas. And he's not lying. I mean, it's like sweet tarts, a little bit of light sweet tarts in there.
It's good.
It's nice.
For $30, I mean, you really can't go wrong with Buffalo Trace. If you don't like sweet bourbons, if you like more like Wild Turkey, Four Roses, higher rye mash bills and stuff, I could see why you might not like regular Buffalo Trace.
Yeah.
Me, I like sweet stuff. I'll pick one up if I see it and I'm running low, but I'm not pushing over my grandma online again.
You can't beat it though for the price point.
Yeah,
for the price point. You know, I find just there is a little bit of depth there compared to the Traveler
for
whiskey.
Sure. It's more thick and it has a little bit more flavor development.
Yes.
In what you get with the sip. So
for sure.
All right, let's go benchmark.
Now this is what I'm really going to be curious about because Benchmark 8, I've seen it actually at times in our travels for like $8.99. Pretty
Really?
cheap. Oh yeah, Trent. Yeah, $10, $12 bottle, at least in my area, and I know that varies everywhere you go. So. If this bottle's $20 in your area, I'm sorry. I really am because
It's gonna be in some people's ears. You know that.
Yeah, but
I just smelled A again, which is the Traveler, and I get a little bit of honey.
honey's a great note for the Traveler. Yeah, definitely.
It didn't help. I just burped into the glass, and it went right back into my nose. I guess the Glens are doing their job with funneling the effervescence.
You've kind of ruined my progression in the video with that.
What?
Never mind. This one definitely isn't as sweet on the nose. It's not as nice as the Buffalo Trace on the nose.
It kind of smells like a number 2 pencil.
Yeah, it's a little bit different, a little bit raw.
That's a good way to put it. It's a raw smell.
Yeah, a little bit. Not really my bag. It's all right. $10. $10.
It's good for $10. Like I do enjoy this.
There you go.
For the price. If this was $20, $25, there's so many better options. No. But for what we can get it for in our area, I'd drink it. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not going to like run out in the middle of a blizzard to get one when I'm low.
Right.
But it's not bad.
I'd much prefer the Traveler, but again, it's $30 to $40. It's not $10. $10, $12. It's not that.
Well, like, I don't know. What do you have to close for the Traveler?
Well, like I said before, I think what it has going for it, Trenton, it is non-assuming. So it's a wonderful bottle for somebody who's never sipped whiskey at all. It's really good for that. No doubt about it. A little bit lower proof. I do like it though. They did bump it up to at least 90 proof.
Yeah.
You know, it's not 80. It's not 80 proof. Right?
Yeah, that'd struggle at 80.
Yeah, exactly. So it's at least 90 proof, and I think it's good for that. It has some light notes, a little bit of sweetness. Honey's a great note in there too.
Yeah.
There's just not a lot of depth to it. It doesn't have any richness to it, but I'm gonna say again, it does have a little bit of viscosity to it. It's just not thin. It's not thin like I expected it to be. So my overall impressions of the Traveler is it's better than I thought it was going to be. Really. Does it compare to the Buffalo Trace bottle? Not really. Not really.
But here's the thing. In my opinion, if this year we start to see more products like this that are solid shelfers from anybody, I don't care if it's a celebrity, if the guy has 50 years of experience as a distiller or they're new.
Yeah.
This is a great core product for I think anybody to enjoy. If you're an expert, if you're a beginner, I think there's something here for everybody. Sure. And I mean, I'm glad that this is the price that it is. That is the biggest takeaway that I have.
If that was $60, I'd be severely depressed about that.
Yeah,
but
that's a good price point.
In our year-end videos that we were doing, Trent, what I asked for was for different distilleries to come out with some, reasonably priced, decent bourbons and whiskeys. So this is one of them.
Well, what I
This
did.
is one of them.
What I did after that video, I called Chris Stapleton.
Yeah, you're not a country music fan, right?
No.
Okay.
I called.
Neither am I.
I called my boy Chris up, and I was like, "Hey, you and Harlan got something in the works because we need some good product."
Yeah.
And they delivered. They delivered.
The best advice I can give you in this whole show is do not get, what's it called again? Fear.
FOMO?
Yes. No, none of that. No FOMO. Don't do that. Wait. You'll get it. Do not pay $100 for this.
No.
You would be so sad. It's just would be a bad thing.
I would not pay more than $40 for this bottle.
Yeah, no. So just don't do that. Be patient. You'll get it. You'll try it. It's actually a really good bottle to have in your collection, especially for anybody that comes over to your house that's never really tasted whiskey before.
Yeah. Or
It's
if
a
you're
good story. And
Stapleton. If you're a Chris Stapleton fan.
said Napleton. Wow. All right, that's all we got for you today. Hey, if you've had this bottle and you're able to get it previous, from when we were able to get it, let us know what you think about it. I'm very curious to everybody's opinion on this bottle, and hopefully you all have a decent chance of picking one up because it's really not bad, especially for the price. So kudos to Buffalo Trace. I think they did a good job with this, honestly.
I agree.
For what it is. So, hey, as always, we ask you to please drink responsibly. Have a great week. See you next time, right down here with Trent and me in the good old basement bourbon bar. See you later.